I analyzed Beyonce's many transformations and discovered her reinvention secrets that you can use to transform your own life. What's the Beyonce way to reinvent yourself, you ask? It's a formula used by the queen herself and actually just might be the strategy you need to design a life you love and to actually feel more fulfilled. And through my lens as a neuropsychologist, I've decoded this formula just for you. So let me ask you this. Are you tired of not living up to your full potential or feeling like you're wasting your life not doing what you truly want? Believe it or not, Beyonce might just have the secrets to your new renaissance. If you've been feeling stuck or trapped in your current life, this first Bey secret might be just what you're looking for. Let me explain. So take a look at Beyonce's journey as a business founder. It's quite a 360 if you compare House of Darion to the incredible success of Sacred. Being the genius that she is, she failed fast on previous business ventures that didn't work, like House of Darion and, in my opinion, Ivy Park, and gave herself permission to evolve as a founder and actually find what actually works for her. At the same time of breaking the mold of the founder that she once was and evolving, she also used the blueprint of other successful business founders that were celebrities to help catapult her new brand to success. And it looks like she may have even brought in business experts to help her with Sacred. And she got into ventures that she saw probably working for other people, which were consumer product goods. So what does this mean for us? One of the hardest parts about reinventing ourselves is letting go of our past selves, really, and feeling like we have to start from scratch. You do not have to live in a box of what you should be, and at the same time, you can iterate on the blueprints of other successful people that have already done what you want to become. So, for example, with Beyonce, in her Act 1, I am now filming this on March, I think, 13th, so Act 2 hasn't come out, but I'm sure it's going to do the same. On Renaissance, she kind of broke out of that mold of the pop princess and iterated on different sounds of the 70s and disco and house to bring it all together, to put her own spin on it, to use what has been successful in the past, but at the same time redefining who she was as an artist. So you truly do not have to reinvent the wheel. Success definitely leaves clues if we pay attention, and you can find a way to put your own spin on it so you can evolve as a person while also doing what works. So simply put, I'm giving you permission to break free. I want you to do the conscious work to evaluate what's no longer working for you, what's no longer serving you in your life, what can you let go of, what boxes do you not want to be put in anymore because you felt like you just had to, and then brainstorm after you think about what you're letting go, brainstorm what it is you do want to do, who you do want to be, how does showing up as your highest self actually look like, and find some blueprints of things that have worked for other people in the past and put your own sauce on it. Okay, moving on, I want you to be unbreakable. So what do Jay-Z's Affair, House of Darion, and Burnout all have in common? None of them could break Beyonce's soul. Okay, some of y'all don't want to hear this, but obstacles and setbacks, those are all part of the reinvention process. They truly are. They can't be avoided. In fact, they're needed to help shape you into the person that you're becoming. So if you think about your goal or who you're becoming as a journey to a destination, actually a road trip, let's just say the potholes, the roadblocks, running on fumes, and car breakdowns, those are all a part of the journey. But with the right tools, you can actually use these challenges to your benefit, or should I say, you can turn lemons into lemonade. So here's how Beyonce uses difficulties to actually help her evolve. So number one is to step out of the tornado. So listen to what she said right before creating her 4 album. My life was award shows and tour buses and hotels, and kind of goes by so fast. You're getting awards and people are saying how much they respect you, and I couldn't even hear it anymore. It was just like, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm just thinking about the next shoot. I'm just thinking about the next video, the next single, the next tour. After I finished the last tour, I was a bit overwhelmed and overworked. And my mother was the person who reached out to me. You really need to live your life and open your eyes. You don't want to wake up with no memories and never really being able to see the world. So if you find yourself burned out or feeling overworked, you want to take some time to step back and really reevaluate what's most important to you in life and what do you want your life to be truly made of. So the second way she actually uses difficulties to evolve is using radical acceptance. So non-acceptance leads to suffering, and accepting things actually leads to our freedom. As they say, pain plus non-acceptance equals suffering. So let me give you an example of how Beyonce uses radical acceptance. She's openly talked about the struggles of motherhood and also her struggles with fertility in her documentary. And it seems that by using radical acceptance, she's actually learned how to take these struggles and to shape them into being a better person. She's also talked about motherhood and how it has shaped her into evolving as a person, not to be burning herself out, to also see different lessons. We see that Blue is always keeping her in check, to being a mother on her tour and watching Blue experience that and deciding how she wants to parent. So also accepting, maybe the mistakes of her father in the past and deciding how she wants to be as a parent. So even though she went through those struggles with fertility and, juggling being a phenomenon and also being a mother, I think accepting those challenges has helped her to use them to evolve into not only a better mother, but a better person and performer overall. The third way we've seen her take difficulties into helping her evolve, as Candy Burris says, she definitely knows how to turn a shade tree into a money tree. She took Becky with the Good Hair and actually made one of her greatest albums, Lemonade. So she took the pain of the infidelity within her marriage and actually turned that into art that so many of us resonated with and so many of us loved, whether you've been in that situation or not. So definitely when you are evolving and you're learning radical acceptance, be sure to use your pain, get paid for your pain, as they say, and turn it into lemonade. How can you grow from this experience and how can you use it to actually benefit you or even help other people that have been in a similar situation? And then the fourth way that she actually uses her pain to evolve, uses challenges to evolve, is by taking action, specifically aligned action. As she says in her famous speech, don't just talk about what you're going to do. Don't just dream about what you're going to do. Do it. Be about it. You got to take the action. So if you use our road trip analogy, you're going along your journey to get to your destination, and let's just say you get stuck on the side of the road. The way out of that is to take action, meet resistance with action, and take those next steps. And if you really want to learn from Beyonce, move in silence. She knows how to pop up on us with just some greatness that she's been working on in the background. And in fact, research has shown the more we share our goals before we've actually achieved them, that actually works against us because that gives us that dopamine rush just from telling people. It actually feels like we've achieved it. So keep it to yourself if you can, or keep it general and move in silence and take those actions you need to take to reinvent yourself. All right, for this next one, I put on my Renaissance hat because that's how important it is. And I want you to listen up if you've strayed. Bring your attention back to me because this is so important. I'm going to tell you what others won't. You, just as you are good enough. Who you truly are, which I believe to be is the divine place inside of you, is perfect in every way. Your work is just to stay aligned with her or him. Not enough of the Reinvention girlies are talking about preservation within the reinvention process. And this could be the actual strategy that you need that can determine your success or your failure. So we definitely not throwing the baby out with the bathwater, okay? So how do you make sure that you are actually preserving your higher self in this transformation process? I want you to let your values be your brand. Your values, those things that are most important to you in life, are the thread between different versions of yourself. That's what's going to make true, because those things, those values come from your higher self. That comes from the God inside of you, right? And so if you can stay aligned with that, even as you transform and evolve, you are going to make sure that you can preserve what's most important about you and your true self in that process. So Beyonce's brand is greatness. We know no matter what Beyonce gonna do, she's gonna make it great. I once watched a behind the scenes of her when I was in high school, and she spent hours perfecting a cartwheel in the Baby Boy video with Sean Paul, and that cartwheel was in the video about 2 seconds. She spent hours just to make that great. That is her brand. She lives for greatness, and you can really tell she has a passion for excellence, right? That's her brand. Whether she's hitting those high notes, whether it's her creative vision, whether it's work ethic or her social impact, you know she's going to do it greatly. Right, now that you understand Beyonce's secret to effortless reinvention, I hope you will leave here feeling empowered to design a life that you love and actually cultivate real self-fulfillment. But that's just the beginning of actually applying everything that you learned in this video today. If you want a concrete strategy on how to apply this in your everyday life, I teed up a video for you I did on how I changed my life in 324 days using reverse goal setting for you to watch next. And until next time, cheers to planning, manifesting, and enjoying your dream life. Namaste.